Good morning, people. I've been ill. I've been terribly ill, actually, really, with a cold that my wife has now had for a month, and that Scott at the Royal Mail, when I was working there, had for I don't know how long he's had it for, but he was suffering with it, and I was suffering with this where I was working last week with my head down. We were putting in Dali 5-core cables and H07 and all right, people, dear people, at last we can start to explain what has been happening this week, because it has been quite hectic. And unlike some on these channels, it's not all about success and getting a bigger business, but it has been about chasing money. No lessons learned there. Spent last Friday looking for other work, so I need to get the money in, and just that life is getting so expensive these days. But I'm finding it very expensive, and especially because I'm sort of setting up another business at the moment, and it's business I'm very excited about, because it's the business in the autumn years of my life that I think I will enjoy, because it's really customer focused. It's a really customer focused business. I think I'm going in the wrong direction here, but whatever. I'm going on the A27. So where I'm working at the moment is a big restaurant, and they've got a £1 million floor going in, and we're doing it. I'm working under someone else, and they are putting it in 255 3-core. Oh, it's such a relief from domestic work. I can't tell you. Oh, having your head inside somebody's bloody kitchen corner cupboard. Oh, it's such a relief, man. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Except that last week I had this dreadful cold, which my wife's had for a month, and I had it to the stage where you can hear I've still got it, but but last week I was going through that phase where you just have nothing but gushing nose, and you have to keep blowing it, and you go up a ladder, you overheat, you feel sweaty, you get down, then you stop doing something, you have a tea break, you feel cold. Oh, it's awful. I had to go to work though, because I needed the money, because I'm setting up a new business, this new really customer focused business. So, and you haven't seen anything of that yet, and that's been on the back of the fact that I tried to get a cinematographer to come in, or a video. What I actually applied for was a DV camera operator, digital camera operator, just to come and hold a camera so I can talk you through jobs as I do them, because basically I'm not getting anything done myself, because I've got to the stage where I'm trying to work too quickly and get the money in and do things. So, and unlike Jordan on Artisan, I don't charge 80 quid an hour, you know. It's hard for me to charge my normal rate, which is 40 quid an hour. It's hard to get the custom. Although they go on about youngsters these days and stuff quite a lot. So what we're on our way to now, it's a Sunday. Next weekend I'm going to be working on site. Try and get another, although I'll be at church, I'll go over to Brighton later and try and shook in another 120 quid during the weekend to start paying for some of the setup costs of this other business. So what I was about to tell you was the plan never panned out for my brilliant new YouTube channel. Really high quality, you know, get someone else to stand there and do all the work. I was willing to pay them labourers rate, 90 quid a day to do it, come with me on jobs and maybe not even spend a day, and then hand the footage over so I could edit it. Well, it hasn't worked out that way. The only guy who replied to my job was pretty well not. It could have worked, and I'd got sort of work in place at the time, but as it turns out, he's got family problems at the moment, and one thing and another. I think he's had some other work, and it's just we've not met up. We might still meet up, we might still do something, but the type of cameras he was working with were, you know, real high-end stuff, and you know, there's just no way that I could pay him enough to you know, break even on a job coming down all the way to me and working on my YouTube channel. There's just no way. And I recognised what he could bring to the project. I recognised it, and I said, you know, it's a different kettle of fish than what I was, you know, advertising for. So yeah, next week I'm working apart from going to church, and then this week, this yacht owner phoned me up, who knows me of old, or very old, and said whenever I put the immersion heater on, well, not whenever I do, but sometimes when I do, the consumer unit clicks out. I need a new consumer unit. Well, obviously he doesn't need a new consumer unit. He sent me a photo of it. It seems to have flexes, which is quite normal for a marine installation going into it, but there you've got bare basic insulation showing at the bottom of the consumer unit. Going into the bottom, you'll see it when I show you, and it's a Hager board with Hager MCBs. There's a hole with, I don't know, some kind of time clock or something half sticking out of it. I don't know what that's all about. And there's a some Batty non-Hager RCD as I think the main switch. And I just went in before church to go and see if I had some Hager RCDs in the office, and I stupidly don't, because I just get so many of these damn things that eventually I sort of eBay them off, or they don't work anyway. They've come out of something that doesn't work, and I throw them out. Testing pack out, and there we are, we're here. It's not raining, thank goodness. I didn't need that. Right, so we just got to find midnight blue, and that's right in front of me, so even I won't have a problem finding midnight blue. This is right in front of me, and I've got my testing pack on my back. And I'll just show you what midnight blue looks like. Here she is, midnight blue. So my speciality seems to be climbing ladders while filming. A lot of people have said, oh, let the NIC see you doing that and they'll strike you off. Well,
goodness.
There's Chrissy.
Hello.
Yeah.
So
that's the screen.
Is that going onto a memory stick or something?
It's going onto a little card in the side there. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, incredible.
And you think, what, 16mm, you had to roll, it lasted what? A couple of minutes, a roll of film.
Said that, since we've been on the shore power here on the ground, it hasn't.
Yeah.
But what used to happen is we'd come in from a cruise, connect up, wouldn't have any power.
So you come in from a cruise, connect up, wouldn't have any power.
Why haven't we got any power?
Why haven't you got any power?
And then after speaking to the marina, and they said, yes, you've definitely got power, we come in and we often find that the trip has tripped.
Yeah.
And if you do a test on that trip, just press the test button and then put it back.
Well, that'll turn all the stuff off.
There's nothing on.
Nothing
that's
on.
Important.
Yep.
Now turn it back on.
Yep.
Does that
fine.
feel right?
Yeah, that feels fine. Yeah, what you have to do is turn it right off, down, and then up.
And then up.
Yeah. But
that could be could be as simple as that. Didn't know. Nobody's ever told me about having to do the down.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be tripping. It shouldn't be tripping. So what I'm going to do, Chris, is I'm going to take off your. It's the boiler one, isn't it? You think you've got to suspect, and that's what we're both suspecting because it's not performing like it used to. So I'm going to take that off from here, I think, and I will do an earth to live, and live is the blue and the brown, insulation resistance test, and that will tell me if you've got a teeny weeny bit of a short, because that should be several mega ohms. If it's less than that, if it's 0, then the chances are it's gone through. It's worn through, and there's water getting between them. Okay, so we tested the IR on all the circuits, did a global IR, and we're right up there with like 400 mega ohms and 40 mega ohms, and 1.4 is the worst, so it's nothing to do with any of that. I did a continuity test on the immersion heater. That's a blank. Don't need, it just fell out of there. Continuity test on the immersion heater, and it's only giving me 57 ohms, or it's giving me 57 ohms, which is quite a lot. It's equivalent to 1,000 watts on the immersion, which 1,000 watts is not very much. Just to give you an example, I'm going to test this kettle now, and you can see what we've got on the kettle. But it's going to be less than 57 ohms. On is it? There we go. So the kettle is the kettle is 47 ohms. So the kettle is more powerful than your immersion heater.
Yeah, well, it's 2 kilowatt. You said the immersion heater was only taking 1.
Yeah. Nice to see them. Oh, I tell you what, I've left the stabiliser behind. I've left the stabiliser. My boat and see how she is, but I think I'll get home on Echo, so we're not in quite the right car park for my boat. We could maybe pop into the Boathouse Cafe, which is really nice here, but again it's quite expensive. I haven't had any breakfast though. We do have some nice sourdough bread at home, so I think I'll leave it till we get home. And yeah, so find the key. What have we done with the key? Don't say I've left that on the boat. Left the boat key on the boat. And key on the boat.